With the birth of a baby boy, a true portal to the other side has opened. What dark force is ruling in the apartment of these young parents? Don't miss it. Psychics will track down the poltergeist. This is Psychic Investigations, a show of real and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate sensational criminal cases and incredible supernatural phenomena. These newlyweds have been married for just 1 year. 2 months ago, they welcomed their long-awaited son, whom they named Volodymyr. It seemed everything was perfect. Love, a home, work, and a healthy baby. But now, a hidden danger looms over the family, inside their own apartment.
Strange things began to happen in the apartment. Everything started breaking. The TV burned out, we took it for repair, brought it back, and it broke again.
The couple lives in this 3-room apartment in the capital of Ukraine, together with Sasha's mother. She, too, is alarmed by what is going on at home. Weird, eerie sounds are constantly heard, and when night falls, something truly mystical begins.
There's a real threat to the baby.
The breakdowns always happen in the baby's room. I'm terrified for him.
What is behind these strange occurrences? And do they threaten the family? To find out, the couple turned to the psychics.
I feel like my child is in danger. I want to protect him from whatever this is.
Clairvoyant Kayal Alekperov and his colleague, hereditary psychic Yaroslava Fedorova, will try to uncover the truth. Sasha and Nada live in one of the city's residential districts. The clairvoyants arrive at the scene.
Yaroslava, I see a man running. He's fleeing from something. Death is breathing down his back as if some entity is chasing him. But then, he sees salvation ahead and runs toward it. It's close, so close. And suddenly I feel thousands of sharp animal teeth sink into my back. The pain is unbearable. I don't yet understand what this means.
Look at the cards. When they fall like this, it's a very bad sign. The 5 of Wands, conflict, and it's connected to a man.
Something strange is happening here. Let's find out what it is.
Hello.
Hello, Yaroslava. Hello, Kayal. I'm Sasha. This is Nada. Welcome to our apartment.
Please come in.
Yaroslava, the moment we stepped inside, I smelled burning, as if something had just caught fire. What is this?
That makes sense. Our wiring burned out recently.
What's falling? I hear it like something just dropped, a heavy sound.
The TV once fell in the children's room over the desk.
Your fears are justified. There really is something in this apartment. We need to work a little to tune into your energy. You dreamed of having a child. Your baby was born out of love.
That's true. We wanted him very much.
It turned out the child was not baptized. That's why Kayal and I refused to make direct contact with him. It could be dangerous.
Tell me, are there any personal belongings of the child? I'd like to feel his energy.
Here's one of his toys.
Sasha, you weren't always beside your wife. It's as if you were constantly traveling.
Sasha is a sailor. He studied at the Academy of Water Transport, graduated with honors, and almost immediately joined the fleet. But once, returning home to Kiev, he met Nadia and fell in love.
It was spring when we met, quite by chance. She was sitting on a bench.
That meeting turned out to be fateful. She was a kindergarten teacher. He, a long-distance sailor. It was love at first sight.
I liked him. I don't know how love can really be expressed in words. It's something you can only understand and feel with your heart.
When Sasha returned from another voyage, he proposed to Nadia.
It was September 30th. That day is the feast of faith, hope, love, and their mother, Sophia. And it was on that very day that Sasha proposed to me. That same day, we went to file our marriage application.
With the birth of their son, Sasha left the fleet in order to stay close to his family.
I sense there is some kind of presence in this apartment. This force seemed dormant before. But when your child was born, it awakened and began to act. Infants under a year old. They're like angels. Mediators between the two parallel worlds of the living and the dead. With the birth of your child, a portal to the other side opened, and the entity that had been sleeping earlier became active.
Yes, indeed, when the baby was born, the electricity started failing right where the stroller is now. We just don't want any harm to come to our child.
Do you understand what's happening? You don't see it, but the child does. If you see only a broken object, he sees the force that broke it. That force is becoming active. Do you understand?
Yaroslava, I see the spirit of a man. He died here.
That's my father.
It happened 12 years ago. Sasha was still a schoolboy when he came home after classes. He was eager to show his father a good grade. But when he entered the room, he froze. His father was on the floor, not breathing.
I didn't think he was dead. I started praying, thinking maybe he was just unconscious.
He had some kind of heart problem. I feel a tightness in my own chest.
A heart attack. He collapsed on the floor in that very room and never got up again.
He raised me to be a real man. He never hit me. He just always explained to me, Sasha, this is good, that is bad. You have to behave like a man. You have to respect women and work hard.
The loss of his father was painful for Sasha. The wound has never fully healed. Could the spirit of this man still walks the apartment, not allowing his family to live in peace?
You need to place one hand and cover it with the other.
I don't understand why, but connected with your father's death, I'm sensing the number 13.
It's hard to believe. Sasha's father died on Friday the 13th at around 1 p.m. Sasha was 13 years old at the time. But what do these mystical coincidences in numbers mean?
Friday the 13th. That's why I dread this day.
The cards tell us this was simply his fate. At times, he was caught in the captivity of circumstances.
He was at war. I see weapons, blood. Just horrifying.
Sasha's father went to Afghanistan. As an 18-year-old, he was wounded twice and suffered a concussion. He returned a very different person and almost never spoke about the horrors he witnessed.
They were not exactly pleasant memories.
He didn't want to say that he had killed people. His hands were covered in blood, the blood of many.
He was a very lonely man.
Now I see a scene. There's an explosion. Many people are hurt, but this is not the war. Your father is helping to save them.
He was a Chernobyl liquidator. At that time, he worked on riverboats, evacuating people.
Sasha's father, who had to kill people due to circumstances, redeemed that sin in his lifetime. After all, he saved many innocent lives.
Your father is with us now. He is here. He says he misses you very much. You can feel him now. He loves you and worries about you.
I need a moment to calm down.
I know that for Sasha, this is a man he looks up to in life.
His spirit is protecting you. He is not the one disturbing your life in this apartment. On the contrary, if it weren't for your father, things here would be far more terrifying. Yaroslava, sorry, I must leave you. I need to step outside.
The clairvoyant, without any explanation, suddenly left the room. He stopped near a neighboring door and kept walking back and forth in the hallway, saying nothing.
Yaroslava, you must see this right now. We need to work on our own.
What did Kayal Alekperov see? And how is it connected to the strange events in the couple's apartment?
Yaroslava, when the spirit of Sasha's father came to us, I realized that the man's death was tied to some dreadful events. I did not want to tell Sasha about this, because he could not have endured it. But I sensed that behind this door and that one, something similar happened. As if it were a mirror. Something links these three apartments. Let us try to enter, to tune in more clearly. Maybe someone is home.
All right. Maybe we should try here. I sense the death of a man.
Give me your hand. It feels as if in this place children are left half-orphaned, and again the number 13 stands near death. I saw it earlier in Sasha's apartment, and this number is tied to some betrayal. I cannot understand what it means.
Again, the number 13. But what does it mean? And how is betrayal connected to it?
Let's go there.
Salam alaikum.
Hello.
Hello?
Please tell us, maybe you know what happened in the apartments across from you? Right there across and to the right? I can feel very strong negative energy coming from there, but there was no one home, and nobody opened the door for us.
In the 5th apartment, there was a fairly good family. The man worked as a locksmith. He started drinking, but one day he hanged himself. I think the girl came home and found him. She was 13 years old at the time.
We felt that someone also died in the 6th apartment.
A man died there suddenly, cirrhosis of the liver.
He died too.
He died. His son was 13 years old.
There it is, the number 13. That number kept appearing to me. These three men didn't die by chance. It's as if someone took revenge on them.
It's just terrifying. 3 completely different families, yet in each of them, when the child turns 13, the father dies. But why does this happen?
Thank you so much for opening up to us. We need to exit and continue searching.
The clairvoyants return to Nada and Sasha's apartment. It is still unclear which unknown force is preventing them from living there in peace, and what links the deaths of the men in the 3 apartments on the 1st floor. How is this connected to the number 13?
What is it?
Pain. Intense pain. It's as if thousands of sharp animal teeth are sinking into me.
Everything here is in blood. I can't understand what's happening.
Death itself is breathing down my back now.
Wait, I can't make sense of this. It's a person. The knife card.
This man, everything happened to him. His spirit seems to have entered me. He is still here, and he is very offended.
He runs in there, like this, and then he throws himself in there.
Yaroslava, do you understand? The spirit of a man just entered me. He was stabbed with a knife and ran upstairs. He is covered in blood and falls out of the window. He died there, in the yard. We need to get Nadia and Sasha. Sorry for taking so long. Yaroslava and I felt a lot, but the most important thing is the thing we saw in your building. A man. He died outside. So let's go into the yard together, and we will try to explain everything.
Of course, let's go.
But what exactly happened to the man Kayal Alekperov spoke about? And how is this connected to the paranormal events happening in Sasha and Nadia's apartment?
The number 13 was very clear. Your neighbors, like you, at the age of 13, lost their parents. They became half orphans.
It's all connected. Your father's death and the deaths of the men in the neighboring apartments, all linked by the number 13. It's a fateful number.
I had thoughts at 13 hoping nothing like that would happen to me. What to expect in the future.
I had the same worries, thinking about our child and about our family. I want to live a long and happy life with my husband and our children, and I want such sorrow to never happen in our family again.
Is Sasha facing the same fate as his father? But why? And how can it be avoided?
I saw a man. He died right here. When Yaroslava and I were on our way to you, I saw the image of a person running from someone, death breathing down his back, thousands of sharp animal teeth sinking into him. The teeth represent knife wounds inflicted on this man, and they were inflicted right on the first floor. The man tried to escape, but they caught up to him again. He fell out of the window, right here.
And it's true. More than 12 years ago, on an autumn morning, the residents of this building witnessed a horrific scene. Blood was everywhere, from the first to the 8th floor. On the stairs and walls, and on the canopy above the entrance, lay the lifeless body of a man.
He was a businessman. They killed him and threw him from the floor onto the canopy above the entrance.
This man didn't live in your building. He was probably middle-aged, around 40 to 43 years old. He had dark blonde hair, darker than mine. He was fairly short, not very tall. He was wearing a jacket, like a windbreaker. I can't see more because a lot of time has passed.
It was the wild 90s. The man was not local. The residents of the building still don't know who he was, but they say he was some businessman who got into trouble.
He had many stab wounds. He was running, and it looks like he was being chased from the bottom up because the blood was on every floor.
What does he have to do with us?
This man needed help. When he ran into the building, he hoped to find safety. He ran to your apartment and knocked. Then he went to your neighbor's door. He was screaming, but no one opened for him. At that moment, he was stabbed. It was a terrifying death. He begged for help, but no one came out to him.
The man is moving back and forth. In this nightmare, that's how he actually died. And his soul, it stayed here. He was giving us hints.
13. That was the first hint. It's the number of Judas, the traitor. This man was abandoned in his time of need. He took revenge on those he asked for help from, but didn't receive it. At the critical moment, no one helped the man. His hopes were betrayed. That's why I constantly felt the number 13 around these deaths. The men in these apartments on the first floor died when their children were 13, and Sasha's father even died on Friday the 13th at 1 p.m. We need to apologize to this man.
You can set up an offering somewhere around here, even near this tree. Once a month, over the course of a year, you need to leave him food. The spirit of the man who was killed in this building is unrested. His spirit needs to be appeased to stop this endless chain of deaths. Only then will neither the residents of this building, nor the people in this apartment, nor this child face any further danger.
I will pray for you. Do what Yaroslava said and his spirit will calm.
Thank you very much.
You didn't help this person, so it may affect you and your loved ones, and you won't even understand why it happened or what it's connected to. You could end up in the same situation as this man.
The revenge of a silent ghost. Why is a dead woman's spirit trying to take the whole family to the other world? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a crime that has been hidden for years. This story began when Zhana Shulikova and Yaroslava Fedorova, having finished an investigation, were going to go home. A woman approached them suddenly. She said her name was Irina, and she feared she could lose her children.
I would like to ask for help. I am very worried about my children, and I'm terribly afraid I might lose one of them. God forbid. There is a ghost in my house, and it wants to take them away. Danilo is 14, Valeria is 11, and Nat is 5 today.
I see some kind of pillar burning wildly, and your children next to it.
Fire.
Where?
What's burning?
My God, it's awful.
Fire!
Don't approach it, it's going to blaze.
A transformer caught fire out of a sudden.
There's somebody standing there. It was a dead woman with fair hair. She was trying to say something, but she seemed to have no voice.
The woman seemed to have a connection to Irina's family. But why did her spirit haunt her children?
A little over a week ago, a 10,000-volt wire fell on our street.
The cable snapped from the pole and fell right on Irina's children as they were returning from school. A spark from the electric wire caused a fire. Everything around started to burn. It was a miracle Irina's children escaped from the flames.
I see a small room, and I see its floor burst into flames.
It happened about 4 days ago. I went to work, and my son stayed home.
As it turned out, Irina's eldest son was sitting in the room at the computer when the socket next to him suddenly started burning and the floor instantly ignited.
He extinguished it, otherwise it would have ended in a tragedy.
Irina doesn't understand what's going on, whose spirit is trying to burn her children, and why.
I had a vision. There was a room with no windows or doors and a woman inside it. She opened her eyes and tried to scream, but she couldn't. She had no voice.
Your children feel this woman from the world of the dead.
Yes, Valeria says she's afraid to stay home alone.
I was doing the dishes, the towel was on the table, and when I turned to get it, I saw it on the chair, and then the couch moved. I heard something creak sharply. My friends were in the house too, and they also heard it.
I've consulted the cards. A living woman pays money to cover up a heinous crime, but in doing so, she buys the deaths of 3 people. Could it possibly concern Irina and her children? Has anybody in your family died from fire?
My mother. She burned in her house when I was 6.
She died under mysterious circumstances, and it happened somewhere far, far away.
It was in the north.
Irina's mother died 26 years ago in Yakutia, where she was working at the time. The local police told the family that it had been an accident.
A gas leak caused the fire while she was sleeping.
But Irina and her sisters don't know what actually happened. The clairvoyants agreed to help Irina, and the following day, they asked for a photo of her mother. However, Yaroslava Fedorova had to go to do another investigation. As such, Zhana Shulakova called her another colleague, Rubina Tsibulska.
I had a dream, a blue house, and a woman's body in blood. And there was also Zhana shouting, "Irina, you'll have to pay for this." It was a vision of the future. I see a woman. She's standing among trees, and in front of her, there's a man is kneeling. She's trying to say something to him, but she can't. And this woman begins to strangle him. And there are bodies of 2 other men around them.
My late grandmother came to me in a dream. She was holding the voiceless woman's hand and saying, "They left her childless. For this, she will take their children."
It feels like Irina keeps some terrible secret.
But at that moment, Irina interrupted the psychic's conversation. She came to bring her mother's photo.
What was her name?
Maya.
I see her. She's crying. She says, "I was killed."
I see male hands. They're holding gold. She was killed by a man who took her jewelry.
My sister said all her gold was gone.
She says, "A man I loved did this?"
Your father?
No. Dad was in Ukraine then. They were divorced.
After the divorce, Irina's mother went to work abroad. The sisters' grandparents looked after them. The girls were anticipating their mother's return, but instead, they received her charred remains.
I was astonished to hear that she was murdered.
Did your mother date someone?
Yes, Hennady.
I see a door, and the door is being propped up with a log. By a man.
My goodness.
Your mom can't get out. I hear her screams.
She was found lying on the threshold, and the door was blocked from the outside.
And the same man brought the woman's remains to her family.
Hennady brought them, and our whole family suspected him.
He felt he might be exposed, so he simply ran away.
He left. My sisters tried to find him, but
the murder of Irina's mother has nothing to do with the threat to her children. Your mother wants to embrace you.
I miss her. I miss her so much.
She's telling me. Find the dead man behind the overturned table. And then she adds, you will find the answer to the secret in the house where the woman who lost her voice was. We were sure she meant Irina's house.
I had a vision. My grandmother was holding the voiceless woman's hand again and saying, her son must know where his mother disappeared.
Does someone's son doesn't know that his mother died? And is the voiceless woman the mother? But what do Irina and her children have to do with this? Meanwhile, the clairvoyants are already on the scene. Irina's friend, Victoria, approaches them. While Irina was away, she was looking after her children.
I immediately asked Irina to take her children somewhere else. I was curious about her friend. If only we had known what they were both silent about. Victoria, can I have your hand?
Something happened there.
There are 2 tables behind the house, and one of those tables overturned.
There's a man here, and he's dead. I saw a dead man of about 35 hanging on the tree.
My husband.
Did your husband hang himself?
Yes.
My God.
A shocking revelation. Irina's husband, Serhiy, took his own life, and he only did it 40 days ago.
I woke up in the morning and saw him hanging here.
To this day, Irina doesn't understand why he did it. The evening before, everything was as usual.
It was a total shock. Why? How? What? He lived. He was making plans. He was 34, and he had no reasons whatsoever to do it. He had 3 children. He worked and provided for his family.
Serhiy and Irina spent 14 happy years together. He wasn't just a loving husband, but also a friend to Irina and a wonderful and caring father to their children.
He loved our children very much. So it was a shock that he left everything like that and simply went.
I felt that Serhiy committed suicide because of a terrible secret. A secret that could result in not only the death of your children, but also yours. And then my mirror showed me a boy who was about to jump out of the window. It is connected to you.
Yes, it's my son. There's a classroom on the 3rd floor of their school, and he locked himself in it and tried to jump out of the window.
My God.
They broke down the door to the classroom and took him off the windowsill. No one knows why he was going to do it, as he had no conflicts with anybody.
He didn't want this. The dead woman who lost her voice was forcing him to do it.
It's strange. Irina and Victoria are not blood relatives. Why do their children face the same ghostly threat?
Your son saw Serhiy after his death.
He saw him in a dream about 2 weeks ago. He said Serhiy came and said there would be 9 deaths.
This is so awful.
Victoria, your son is somehow connected to Serhiy.
Serhiy was his godfather.
He says, I come to the children because I want to protect them. They are in danger.
The same force that took your husband is now trying to kill your children.
Based on my feelings, this also concerns your children, Victoria.
I fear for my children. They're the essence of my life.
You know, Serhiy saw someone from the world of the dead before he died.
Yes. He was driving home after the night shift. He said someone was standing there, but when he looked back, he saw no one there. He said he got terrified.
It happened next to a cemetery.
We need to check the place where Serhiy saw the ghost.
Meanwhile, Victoria phoned her husband to tell him about the danger to their children, and he immediately arrived.
Hello. I'm Oleg.
He and Serhiy used to be the best friends.
Oleg, I've seen you.
Strange enough, but the man claims he has never met the clairvoyant.
I saw Serhiy's spirit. The same woman who killed someone named Mykola took him away. Who's Mykola?
Our friend who died.
Mykola, Serhiy, and Ole were the best friends.
Was he your friend?
Yes.
Serhiy saw his spirit near the cemetery before his death. The mirror is showing me Mykola. Did he also hang himself?
He did it 5 years ago. He left his 2 children.
This is incredible. 2 friends from the same party committed suicide.
The first of them hanged himself, and then 5 years later, Serhiy did the same. Of the 3, only Oleg is alive.
The 3 friends knew each other all their lives. They even got married and had children at around the same time.
They had been together since they were children. They were like a family.
But then one of them, Mykola, killed himself. Just like Serhiy, he hanged himself on a tree in his yard while his wife was at work and their children were at school.
When something like that happens out of the blue, you don't have any reasonable explanation for it.
My morning vision repeated. I again saw the woman strangling the man, and this time, I recognized him. I remembered where I saw Oleg.
Where?
Come closer. I saw him in my vision. The bodies of the 2 other men were lying under the trees, and he was being strangled.
Oh God.
The 2 dead men from my vision were the best friends, Mykola and Serhiy. And Oleg might be next. I see that you have thought about suicide before.
Yes, I had some thoughts.
Oleg says he doesn't understand what's going on. He has no idea why such thoughts come to his mind, or why his 2 best friends killed themselves one after the other.
We grew up and lived on the same street, and our families were close.
Serhiy was our son's godfather, and Mykola was their eldest son's godfather.
I couldn't understand who this voiceless woman who hunted the 3 best friends and their families was. And then I heard my grandmother's voice. She said, her name is Olena, and she is seeking revenge because of her child. Do you happen to know a woman named Olena who died?
No.
No?
We decided to summon her spirit. I see her. She's beckoning me with her hand.
Over there.
The psychics stop by a house. It seems like nobody lives here. When the neighbors see the clairvoyants, they approach them.
She lives here, and I see her.
She's all bloodied.
I see her suffering. I mentally asked her who tortured her, and she pointed to Oleg.
Yes. We beat up a woman here.
Who we?
Mykola, Serhiy, and I.
The 3 of you?
Yes.
How old were you then?
About 21 or 22.
I see her. She looks about 30 years old. She has blonde hair. She is thin and short.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
You don't even know her name.
I don't.
Why so much blood?
Because they not only beat her, but they also raped her.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember if you raped a woman?
It was long ago.
How can you?
This woman knows what happened that terrible night.
They first beat her up over there, and then they started to rape her, all 3 of them. She fainted, but they poured water on her and beat her head against the wall.
Don't hide anything. Tell the truth.
Don't you see yourself hitting her when you close your eyes? Don't you hear her wheezing?
I don't.
You do. This is why you want to kill yourself. She's standing behind you, staring at the back of your head. They came and did it. Like beasts.
Did you know that?
I heard something, but I didn't know exactly what happened.
My neighbors only mentioned it.
These 2 women hid the secret of the terrible atrocity from us. Did they really think we would not find out? And now tell me, why did you do this?
Off the record.
Tell the truth.
Did you get drunk and decide to have fun?
Yes, we were drinking.
This is an atrocity. After what you did to her, she lost her speech. I see that she had a stroke.
Yes, she couldn't speak well.
I came in and saw her lying here in the corridor, bruised badly. I could see that she was having a stroke. She spent a long time in the hospital.
It was because of the stroke that this woman couldn't speak. That's why she appeared voiceless in our visions.
She couldn't walk or talk.
She lost her mind and was admitted to an asylum.
The neighbors say that the woman was placed in a mental health facility after what happened to her.
She didn't remember who she was or where she was from. She couldn't name her relatives. She died there a few months later.
She lost her life because of you, young bastards.
And I see she was also a mother.
She had a son, Valeri.
He became an orphan.
Nobody told him because she couldn't give us the address. She could not speak.
As the result of the brutal assault, the poor woman died, and her only son was left an orphan and didn't even know where his mother had gone.
According to the neighbors, the woman moved to their village shortly before this tragedy. She didn't communicate much with the other villagers. She had only told them that she had a son, but no one knew whether she was divorced or where her child lived.
You committed an awful atrocity but got away with it.
Yes.
The parents settled the matter.
Money.
This story was quickly hushed up because Oleg's mother is very influential.
She promised someone to a lot of money to hush up the whole thing.
A woman pays money to cover up a brutal massacre.
Do you realize what you did?
Now I do.
I hear her. She says, I will take revenge on them.
They left her without her child. For that, she will take their children away from them. Irina, you'll have to pay for this.
Oh my goodness. But the kids are innocent, do you understand it? Please help us.
I apologize to this woman for what we young fools did to her. I don't know how it happened.
Do you think this is the proper way to apologize for such a terrible act? Or do you expect us to perform some kind of ritual that should save you?
No psychic and no ritual can relieve anybody of responsibility for violence and death. The only way to the soul of the dead woman is sincere repentance. And maybe she will hear and forgive you one day.
You must pray to deserve this woman's forgiveness. And we have to go.
Children are not responsible for their parents' deeds, the saying goes, but the world of the dead has its own laws. A mysterious ghost took the lives of a poor woman's 2 daughters and son. What did the mother do to deserve the spirit's wrath? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the secret of a horrific murder. This is Rita Mushinska from Ukraine. She runs a farm where she grows and sells seedlings. At just 39, she has endured enough grief for several lifetimes. One after another, Rita has buried 3 of her children.
My Sonia. And this is my Pasha. I come here to cry.
Both of Rita's daughters died shortly after birth. Before she could heal from the loss of her second child, she faced another blow. Last year, her eldest son, 17-year-old Pasha, died under mysterious circumstances. The perfectly functional car he was in inexplicably overturned. The boy sustained fatal injuries.
If someone told me that they would cut me into pieces, but my child would live, I would agree. There's no greater pain.
I can't imagine how to survive losing 1 child, let alone 3.
Rita divorced her husband. The only thing that keeps her in this world is her 9-year-old son, Yasha, the last of her 4 children.
Yasha is the most precious thing in my life.
But recently, little Yasha has been constantly on the brink of life and death.
No sooner did I go into the room and lay down to sleep than my temperature spiked.
He fainted. His temperature was around 42 degrees.
Rita immediately called an ambulance.
I was suffocating. The doctors gave me various injections.
Fortunately, the medics saved Yasha. After that, they conducted a full examination at the hospital, but found no illnesses. The cause of the high fever that nearly killed the boy remains a mystery. As soon as Yasha returned home from the hospital, he again found himself in mortal danger. The incident happened in the yard.
He fell on the glass, like someone shoved him.
The sharp glass cut the tendons in his arm, and he was back in the hospital.
His tendons were cut. He saw the blood and shouted, "Am I going to die?"
Rita is convinced that the threat to Yasha's life and the deaths of her other children are no coincidence.
I think my children are dying for a reason. Why such punishment?
Indeed, this can't be a mere coincidence. If something happens to Yasha, she won't survive it.
I'm asking the psychics for help, so that at least one of my children can see life.
Our project's experts, Yaroslava Fedorova and Kayal Alekperov, take on the investigation to help the woman. On their way, the psychics work with the photos of Rita and her son.
A dead woman took Rita's children to the other world, and now she's hunting the boy. I see her. She stands behind him, all in white. Who are you?
Is it possible her name is Ludmila? Last night I worked with the boy's photo and my djinns told me find Ludmila.
I wonder if it's the same woman or two different ones. Why is this woman in white taking Rita's children? The cards say that Rita owes her life to the woman in white.
That's what they usually say about a mother. Could it be Rita's mother?
Rita is eagerly waiting for the psychics near her house. Her friends and fellow villagers have come to support her.
She needs help badly, that's for sure. She has only one child left.
Come in, please.
The psychics asked Rita to find a photo of her mother while they worked in the yard.
Yaroslava, there is strong negative energy in this house.
Here.
What's her name?
Yevdokia.
Why did your mother try to kill you? I see her drowning you in water.
Yes. She would take me and dunk my head in a basin.
She didn't want you to be born at all.
She was initially going to abort me. My father told me before he died that she wanted to strangle me during childbirth, but she didn't have the courage to do it.
It's just unimaginable. Strangle a child during childbirth. How can a mother even think of such cruelty?
You were an extra mouth to feed all your childhood.
They lived very poorly. They wanted to give me away. After I was born, everyone beat me. My mother, sister, and brother. I was unwanted.
I'm having a vision of you hiding somewhere and crying.
Yes, yes. I hid in the barns, in the garden.
I feel your pain.
I lived with them, but they just kicked me out.
I was shocked by the cruelty Rita faced in her family. And it all came from her mother, who hated her daughter.
Could it be that your mother wishes you harm, even after death?
I don't feel your mother's presence in the house. It's not her spirit that wishes your son death.
When did your mother die?
4 years ago. My mother was alive when my first child, my daughter, died.
But someone from the world of the dead lives in your house.
Yes, it's true. We all hear it. It's really scary to stay in the house because you hear its footsteps.
Could it be the spirit of the woman in white that we saw? Is it bound to the house?
We need inside.
Of course.
So weird. I looked at the photo of the mother, and there was the mark of a killer on her. I don't understand what it is.
Could Rita's mother be involved in a murder? What is that supposed to mean?
Your son fears something.
Yes, he practically never stays alone in the house.
I would like to work with your son. Hello. We're here to help you. My sacred book says you love math, and your passion is computers.
Yes. I want to become a game developer.
You are a smart boy. You have the ability for this, and you will succeed. Tell me, Yasha, do you see anyone next to you in the house?
The shadow, it was following me. It was all white. A white ghost walked around, crying and wailing loudly. I got goosebumps.
I see your son in bed now, and the woman in white is reaching for his throat.
Khayal.
Yaroslava, what's wrong?
A terrible thing happened. When Yaroslava Fedorova was working near Yasha's bed, a heavy mattress put against the wall suddenly fell.
I saw the dead woman in white, and she was furious.
We need to get the boy out immediately.
She said, "You will find out nothing, and I will take all of them." After that, the large mattress fell.
It happened to Yaroslava at the same moment, when I had a vision of the future, in which the woman in white was going to strangle Yasha. We urgently needed to find out who this dead woman was.
She laughed.
Yes, I heard the laughter too. Yasha and I were sleeping when he woke up and said, "Mom, do you hear it? It's laughing." We couldn't sleep until dawn.
Why does this woman in white cry and scream on some occasions and laugh on the other? And why did she take almost all of Rita's children?
What walks there is not bound to the house. The children died not here. It's bound to the family.
Was that a photo of your eldest son Pasha who died in an accident on the wall in the house?
Yes.
I sense that he also saw the spirit in white.
Yes, he did see it.
And soon afterward, he died in the crash.
Not long before his death. About a year before it happened, he started seeing it. It haunted him and choked him.
Rita, not in front of the child. Let's let the boy go.
Here, hold this. Can I hold your hand? It shows me a cemetery. Very surprised eyes.
Yes, I closed his eyes. They wouldn't close.
In those eyes is the reflection of what he saw before his death.
But what did Pasha see before he had the accident? And is the woman in white really involved in his death?
Your son says it hurts him to see you suffer. He misses you very much, and he loves you deeply.
It hurts when you hug your child, and they are not alive.
We need to go to the place where Pasha died. I want to perform a ritual there to see through his eyes what he saw before he died.
The spot where Pasha crashed is not far from their house on the outskirts of the village. The young man made the money to buy the old Zhiguli himself by helping his mother grow and sell seedlings.
He would come up and put his arm around me like this, and then he would say, "Everything will be fine, Mom." This is where my son died.
I tuned into the day your son died, and I saw a fair-colored car.
Beige.
Your son was in the driver's seat. He saw something on the road, swerved sharply, and the car overturned.
On that terrible day, Rita was in Kiev on business. When her ex-husband called and broke the terrible news, her heart sank.
He said, "Pasha is gone." It was terrible.
Yaroslava, where are you going?
I suddenly saw the dead woman in white. But then she disappeared. Is this woman related to Pasha's death?
I didn't have time to tell everything I felt at the place of Pasha's death. We were in a hurry to follow Yaroslava. Your son wasn't alone in the car. There were 2 other boys with him. You were with him and you survived. Please come closer.
It turned out that the young men the psychic pointed to were Pasha's best friends, Kostya Zhihailo and Kostya Ivash. On that fateful evening, the friends decided to take a ride in Pasha's car. None of them could have imagined in their worst nightmares how this trip would end.
The car started spinning. When it overturned, I thought, so this is it.
I felt a bump, and then everything was like in a fog.
I was the first to jump out. I called, "Pasha, Kostya." I heard Kostya speaking.
Pasha didn't respond. He was thrown out of the window and was crushed by the car's bottom.
In an instant, the boys lost their closest friend, who was smiling just 10 minutes ago, with whom they played as children and went fishing together.
The boy indeed saw the dead woman before he died. She appeared suddenly, as if she had emerged from the ground. She scared him.
I'd never seen him like that before.
He turned the wheel out of fear, and the car hit something and overturned. And you survived because the woman spirit Pasha saw didn't intend to kill you. She's bound to Rita's family.
But who is this ominous woman in white? And why is she taking Rita's children?
My sacred book is now telling me, look in the family house.
The psychics return to Rita's house.
My jinns are telling me revenge over a child, and they are showing me a pregnant woman. Yaroslava, where are you going? What did you see here?
I saw her, the woman in white. She was next to this house. Whose house is this?
My parents.
This one?
My great-grandmother and grandmother lived here, in this house.
So that's what my sacred book was talking about. It wasn't about Rita's house, but the house where her family lived, starting from her great-grandmother.
Who lives here now?
My nephew.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Yannick.
Anna, Yannick's wife.
The woman in white who's haunting you. She also comes here.
The woman in white has almost wiped out your entire family. Whose death is connected to a two-wheeled vehicle?
My brother. My late brother, yes. He overturned on a motorcycle and died. And a year before that, I lost another brother. And my sister withered away before my eyes when she was 36.
What a horror. It turns out the woman in white is killing not only Rita's children, but her entire family.
And you also feel something.
I see shadows walking here and around the house, and there's banging on the windows and doors. My children are very scared.
And she calls you often?
Yes. But every time I open the door, there's no one outside.
And you, Rita, were also 1 foot in the grave, twice.
Twice, I almost died during labor.
The birth of her daughters nearly killed Rita. During both deliveries, her heart stopped.
Yaroslava, do you see this dead woman in white? She's here now.
She's standing, and she's saying some very strange words now. Your grandmother and mother killed me and my child. What is this?
Revenge over a child.
Did my grandmother kill a woman with a child?
What does it mean?
I just remembered what my jinns told me before the investigation. Find Lyudmila. Who is Lyudmila?
I know about Liusia, Mom's friend.
Liusia is a short form of Lyudmila.
I think Grandma caused her blood poisoning.
How?
Well, she helped her with an abortion.
Wait, was she a doctor?
No, she wasn't a doctor.
Do you mean your grandmother, who wasn't a doctor or a midwife, performed an abortion on that Lyudmila, after which she died?
Yes.
My God, but this is a murder.
What a horror! Rita's grandmother killed not only the unborn baby, but also its mother, a woman named Lyudmila.
My grandmother is guilty of killing a woman and her baby.
It turned out that several decades ago, women in this village often used the services of Rita's grandmother.
They probably didn't want to go to the hospital. It was viewed as something shameful back then.
They said it was all done with tablespoons. And to open it all up, can you imagine what she was doing there? And all of this was done without any anesthesia, of course.
I was shocked by what I heard. Rita's grandmother performed illegal abortions, without a medical degree, right at home, with no special tools or anesthesia, no sterility. It's like something from the Middle Ages.
A sharp object. It's a knitting needle. I'm having a vision. The needle is inserted and pierces the embryo, the fetus.
I see blood. This woman, Lyudmila, is bleeding.
This is horrendous. It's simply unimaginable.
Lyudmila's spirit is destroying your family. She is the woman in white.
The woman who bled.
She takes both adults and children. I see 6 dead children in your family.
It's so shocking. Because I have 3 children. And my nephew also had 2 stillborn babies, twin boys. And then his wife also lost another baby. So 3 from them and 3 from me.
But what does your mother have to do with this? Okay, your grandmother killed children. But your mother? But I see that her friend.
Yaroslava, I see Rita's mother bring her friend to the grandmother. She advises Ludmila to have an abortion with her. She says, first you, and then me.
My mother was pregnant with me. She was supposed to do the same with me. She got scared because her friend died from it.
This is why Rita's mother refused to have an abortion.
She feared for her life. That's why I was born eventually.
Rita owes her life to the woman in white. Rita's grandmother killed Lyudmila, but it was her friend, Rita's mother, who brought her there, which resulted in her death. That's why I saw the mark of a killer on that woman.
Rita, Lyudmila took revenge on your mother too. Was your mother not herself before she died?
Yes, she'd been talking to herself lately.
She said a witch was coming to her.
That's how she saw the woman in white, because her spirit is outraged and won't rest until she takes your entire family.
What can we do to stop her from harming us?
I'm worried about Yasha and Yannick's children.
You've got to atone for your grandmother's sins and put candles in churches for the repose of those who died at her hands. She took too many souls with her abortions. And now, apologize to the spirit of Lyudmila, thanks to whom you're alive.
I need you to write her name. You just talk to her in your mind and ask her to forgive you and leave your family alone. Close your eyes.
The spirit of this woman in white is giving a sign. She's forgiven you and she's leaving.
Open your eyes.
I asked Lyusia for forgiveness for my family, so that this would end. It's a shame that my children are paying for the sins of their ancestors.
You're anxious about your son, I see that. Let me write down a prayer that will protect you. Keep this talisman at home.
Thank you.
I am so grateful to you. Thank you.
It's hard to believe what a terrible retribution the sins of the ancestors have turned out to be for the family. A faceless woman's ghost has started a nightmarish hunt for children and has taken a mother's young son. What is the woman seeking revenge for? And can the psychics stop the enraged spirit? Olha Jarek from a small Ukrainian village. Last year, her 3-year-old son died from severe electric shock. The boy grabbed an electrical cord that mysteriously detached from the roof of the house. That day, the mother left little Oleksiy under the supervision of his grandfather and elder brother Alexander, and within just a few hours, she learned that she would never see her son alive again.
I picked up the phone and Alexander was screaming. He shouted, "Mom, Oleksiy isn't breathing." The ambulance was already here when I arrived. The doctor said it was over.
No one understands how the electrical wire, which was securely attached to the attic, ended up on the ground. But the mother is sure her son's death was no accident, because right before it happened, she had a sign.
I thought I heard someone call me. I turned around, and the light bulb burst. Boom. And I was covered in shards.
And 10 minutes later, she was informed that her son was gone.
She was in a stupor, constantly weeping and yelling.
The woman raised her 2 sons alone. To feed them, she worked as a shop assistant at 2 stores. Olha says she now fears losing her elder son too. Every night, she sees the same dream in which her Alexander lies dead in a coffin.
It's like I come into the yard and the gate is open and I see a funeral of my child.
Alexander has the same dream every night.
In the dream, I lie in a coffin.
I'm very afraid for my son's life.
But the most horrifying thing is that a poltergeist has appeared in the family's house. Objects have been falling off the shelf, windows breaking, and furniture moving. And one night, Alexander almost burned alive.
A socket started sparkling, and the couch caught fire.
I could have burned alive.
Soon, Olha also found herself in mortal danger. She was standing by the gate of her yard when suddenly some mysterious force pushed her under the wheels of a passing car.
I felt a shove and the car started braking, and the bumper hit my legs.
Desperate, the woman asks the psychics to come and help her as soon as possible. Participants of our project, clairvoyants Jana Shulikova and Olga Kalinova, responded to her plea.
I had a vision. It was night, and that woman was walking through a cemetery. She approached a grave, knelt down, and whispered something, like a spell.
I also saw a cemetery. There was a huge open grave. Inside stood a woman holding a dead boy in her arms, repeating the same phrase, "Take him." Then she looked up at me, but she had no face.
Who was that?
This is incredible. A flower pot fell from the windowsill, thrown down by a draft.
Yellow flowers.
Look. Find yellow flowers and you will stop death. Hello.
I've been waiting for you. Help me, please.
The cards are showing 3 coffins stacked one on top of the other.
Does it mean Olha and her elder son will die soon too?
It's quite possible. Oleksi's death wasn't an accident. Some otherworldly force took the boy from his family, ripped him out of the world of the living.
Jana, where are you going? What did you see?
A picture from the past. A dead woman standing. She's got no face.
I see a faceless woman in my dreams.
She stands over a child holding something like a venomous snake in her hand, which she extends to the child.
It's the cord. This cord was hanging here.
It's unbelievable. On the day of the boy's death, Olha went to ask her younger son's godfather, who is an electrician, for help. He insulated the cord and fastened it securely on the attic of the house.
I can't understand how he even reached that cord. Only an adult person could have reached it.
According to Vitali, only an adult could tear off the electrical cord, and moreover, they wouldn't be able to do it without tools.
The spirit of the faceless woman from my vision took Olha's younger son to the afterlife.
Your son's spirit is here now. He's saying, beads.
Beads. I never called him Oleksii. He was my little beads.
He wants to hug you now.
It feels like I'm next to my son, holding him in my arms and hugging him.
He must have seen that woman.
He saw her. He pointed to the corner saying, "So scary."
Did the boy see her? Where?
In the house.
Let's go check the inside the house. I see a spirit behind you. It's a woman.
The faceless woman?
No, I see her face. She died young. She's very beautiful. She has long dark hair and brown eyes. And she is related to you by blood.
My mom died early.
It's shocking. Could it be that this woman's mother is targeting her and her entire family?
The spirit of Olha's mother appeared for a reason. She kept repeating, "My death is a mystery." She's talking strangely, like she's drawing words out.
She was paralyzed.
Was it a stroke?
Yes, when she was in her 20s.
When Olha's mother got ill, it was a shock to everyone. A beautiful, active young woman was suddenly bedridden by a terrible disease.
She showed me a wedding ring on her right hand. This is somehow connected to Olha's father.
The cards are showing me a chariot, a life on the move.
My father was a serviceman. He was relocated to different towns all the time, and I went wherever he went.
Olha recalls saying goodbye to her mother, who was bedridden in the hospital. The relatives took care of her mother, while her father, a serviceman, took his daughter with him on long assignments.
Your mother's spirit says, "I forgave him for everything." She's talking about your father. He is to blame for what happened to your mother.
And he keeps a secret, which you know.
My father beat her.
Olha can't hold back her tears. Her father beat her mother, who was pregnant for the second time, right in front of her. The baby died in the womb, and the poor mother's body was paralyzed by a stroke from the severe blows.
He beat her very badly, and it caused the stroke. How horrifying. Olha was the only witness to her mother's beating. But the father scared her so much that she was afraid to tell anyone about it.
The first stroke was bad enough, but the second one killed her.
After the first stroke, Olha's mother was paralyzed for a long time, but over time she managed to get back on her feet. But 15 years later, she had another stroke. At that time, Olha lived with her father in another country, so she never saw her mother before her death.
You feel guilty.
When Dad started beating Mom, I didn't call for help. Dad started beating her right in the street. If I had screamed, people would have come and helped her. But I only shut my eyes and cried.
You can't blame yourself for this. You were little.
Your tyrant father is to blame for everything, and your mother said she forgave him. Your mother loved you very much. She wishes you no harm, and she's only here because she wants to help you.
Tell her I love her very much.
She will always stand behind you and protect you.
Where are you going, Olga?
A man's spirit is standing here. Olha. He says he died because of your ritual. Did you ever practice magic? I see you coming to the cemetery at night and whispering something in front of a grave.
I came to the cemetery at night to visit Yuri. We were going to get married in May, but he was shot on April 1st.
This is terrible. 18 years ago, a local man shot Olha's fiancée in broad daylight.
But what were you doing in front of his grave at night?
I asked him to come to me because it was too hard without him.
Could it be Yuri's spirit that is disturbing Olha and her son because she won't let him rest?
The card said that the man died due to magical influence, which caused him to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yuri worked as a driver and occasionally drove taxis when he had free time. That evening, his acquaintances asked him to take them to a neighboring village, but he never returned home.
The killer was a madman.
He was mental.
The local man, who lived next to the place where Yuri brought his acquaintances, decided that he was going to rob him and shot him with a rifle. The bullet hit Yuri right in the heart.
Yuri's death is somehow connected with magic. Wait, I see another man who died. He was beaten to death.
Yes, that's Alexander's father. He was killed abroad. He went to work with his friend. He was hijacked and hit on the head. They stole his money and car key.
The attacker was never found. Olha only received a coffin with her husband's body from abroad.
The deaths of both men are connected with a magical ritual in which you participated voluntarily.
My mother-in-law took me to a fortune teller before the wedding.
Whose mother was she?
My first husband's, Mikola.
It turns out Olha had another husband, Mikola. It was Olha's first marriage, but before the wedding, her mother-in-law suggested she visit a local fortune teller to supposedly find out what fate awaited the young couple.
I was so naive back then and thought it was really necessary if she said so. After all, she was Mikola's mom.
So, could it be that the mother-in-law was somehow involved in what was happening? Your mother-in-law hated you from the very beginning.
Yes, that's true. At the wedding, she came up to us to congratulate and gave me yellow roses, and the number of the roses was E.
Jana, it's the key.
Find yellow flowers and you will stop death.
We need to see your mother-in-law.
I haven't seen her for 20 years. But her sister lives nearby.
15 minutes later, the psychics are at the house where Valentina, the sister of Olha's mother-in-law, lives.
Hello? Can we talk to you briefly?
Hello. Valentina refused to give us her sister's address, so we asked her to connect us with her at least by phone. My name is Jana Shulikova. It's about Olha, your ex-daughter-in-law. She says you took her to some ritual.
What ritual? She simply cracked eggs and looked. I didn't force her. The thing is that my son acted like he was bewitched.
And you thought Olha influenced him somehow?
Yes.
Did you order a ritual of loneliness to be imposed on Olha?
God forbid. What are you talking about? I swear by my children and my grandchildren, I never did it.
I sense that you didn't wish Olha to be your son's wife.
You're right.
But why?
She was pregnant.
Before she married your son?
Yes.
So, you were unhappy that Olha got pregnant by your son before the wedding, right?
Yes.
I see. I felt that Olha's mother-in-law wasn't lying. All she asked the fortune teller for was to separate her son from his fiancée, whom she couldn't stand. That's why she called Olha to attend the ritual. But no one asked how exactly the fortune teller would do it.
During some rituals, to make a woman lonely, you have to bind the spirit of someone deceased to her, and it kills everyone around her. So, I thought it could be the case, and the faceless woman's spirit was bound to Olha. Wait, your first husband is alive. Although he also suffered from this ritual.
He's in jail.
Literally, a week after the wedding, Mikola assaulted a local woman, and after that, he stayed to wait for the police to arrive and arrest him. No one can still explain his strange behavior.
The first, the second husband, all of them ended up in irrational situations.
Olha, what exactly did the fortune teller do?
I felt sick. I don't remember how I got home. She walked around me with a candle, shouting something out.
The fortune teller didn't bind a spirit to Olha during the ritual. It was a verbal curse ritual. She cursed Olha so that there would be no men around her.
But then, what force is attacking Olha and her son? Who is this faceless woman?
Where are you going? Olga! Olga.
She's here. The spirit of Olha's mother. She says, find the grave with the yellow flowers.
I put the yellow flowers on my mother's grave, the ones my mother-in-law gave me at the wedding.
We need to look for the source of your problems at your mother's grave.
It's not far from here.
I see the boy. Where's your mom?
Over here. They are in the same grave. He was buried on top of my mother. I had Mom's tombstone removed.
Last winter, I had an investigation where a woman came to ask me for help because a supernatural force was killing her entire family. In that story, the woman had a son who had died 30 years ago. The problem was that the mother didn't visit her son's grave. The cross rotted away, there was no tombstone, and a man was buried in the same grave because they thought the lot was vacant. It offended the spirit, and he started taking everyone to the other side.
The problem is also that Olha not only buried her child in her mother's grave, but she also removed the cross with her mother's name and replaced it with a cross with her son's photo. You can't do that.
Did you at least have a ritual?
We called a priest.
Did you tell him he was performing the ritual for two?
No.
That's unthinkable.
Wait. Your mother asked you to come to her grave, but why isn't her spirit here?
It's not your mother's grave. Who did you bury here?
I was told it was my mother.
A complete stranger is buried here.
Then where's my mom?
The faceless woman is buried here. The body you thought was your mother and buried here is actually from a grave next to your mother's. And I have the impression that there are many of them. She was buried without a name. How is that possible?
My mother died as an unidentified person. When another stroke happened, she was at a bus stop. They took her to the hospital, where she stayed as an unidentified person. Then she died and was buried in a common grave under a number.
Only a year later did Olha receive a letter from her aunt informing her that her mother had died.
How did her body end up in this cemetery?
We had her dug up and brought here.
How did you identify your mother?
They gave us her belongings for identifications.
Olha buried a completely different woman who had been in the same common grave as Olha's mother.
It was the faceless woman from your vision.
Here you have the dead woman with a child in her arms. This is her grave, and he was buried here too, and she's shouting, "Take him away from here!" The woman's spirit is enraged. The first time she was disturbed was when her body was reburied. For this, she took Olha's younger son. And when her grave was disturbed a second time, she started hunting Olha and her elder son.
What do I do?
We need to perform a ritual to pacify her spirit.
When the candles are lit, the portal will open.
Forgive us for disturbing you, digging you up, and bringing you here. I will take care of you, and you will be like a mother to me too. I didn't know. I thought it was my mother. I would never have disturbed you. Please forgive me. I feel better now. How is my mother?
Come to visit her at least once a year. You know her number and you approximately know the place where she was buried. Order a memorial service for your mother, light candles, and pray for her as you do for the deceased. At the same time, pray for your son and this unknown woman. Everything is going to be fine.
A few months after the investigation, our journalists decided to contact Olha.
We are all right. Everything has settled down. Now I sleep like a baby. Before, I had no power and didn't want to do anything. Now I really want to give good education to my son, get him married, and take care of my grandchildren.